Okay. Let's go then, eh?
You want to just jump in, the dark horse?
Deep down, that's all we want. Just freedom.
You sucker. You better watch out, you fool.
I often think of my cousin.
She didn't have anyone.
She had us.
You're pretty beautiful.
Same.
We're going to get you back, Mata. I promise.
Kiriata no Aotearoa, ki whakaata Māori me Māori Plus.
Hi there, my ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Softball New Zealand presentation of the 2024-2025 Under-19 National Softball Tournament for Girls here in Surrey Park, Invercargill, where it's dawned out to be a beautiful afternoon after some dodgy weather this morning, and we're about to take the field on Diamond 2 with Manawatu in their black uniform in the third base dugout, and Wellington in their equally black uniform, black and yellow, in the first base dugout. My name's Gary Rohihi for Beyond the Ballpark Broadcasting. I'll be your play-by-play commentator. Joining me in colour commentary will be Chris Telfer, one of the local luminaries of softball in this part of the world. Welcome along, Chris. Nice to see you.
G'day, Gary. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
You're more than welcome, mate. Look, we've got a game where we're, ladies and gentlemen, we're in day 3. This is our first live game, and let me tell you, Softball Southland have had some adventures getting these games out on the diamonds this morning with some adverse weather last night, but we won't criticise them for weather because you can't control that. But what we can do is praise them for being able to get a full calendar of games in alternative diamonds, which means we're here where we are now with Manawatu taking on Wellington. I can tell you, as part of the table situation in day 3 of the tournament, we are sorted as far as our top 2 teams go, our top 3 teams in fact, with Hutt Valley coming out on top of the round robin ahead of Canterbury, and Counties Manukau, I believe, in 3rd, with the 4th spot still to be decided. And one of these teams out here on Diamond 2 are one of those teams, and that's Manawatu. So with Wellington already out of the factoring, it'll be interesting, Chris, to see what sort of motivation they'll bring to the Diamond today.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of Southern Death softball, isn't it? So
yeah, definitely for Manawatu. We're going to, in a minute, bring you the graphics for the batting team, Wellington. So we'll just get that up for you, and we'll run through their batting team. Number 6, Nalia Tolava'a, is their lead-off hitter. She's been followed by Matilda Sapelli, Tyler Pitakani, followed by Mairangi Waipara, Eva Cribbs, Jessica Wairau is the DP, Chelsea Moananu, Aria Webster Pahina at number 8. Rounding out their batting order, number 9, is Ella Tom. In there with the batter facing the pitch at the moment. And she strikes out, does Nalia Tolava'a. Nice job out there on the mound by Maimoa Finau for Manawatu. Good start for the Manawatu pitcher, Chris.
Yeah, she's hit a few spots, 3 straight strikes, so it's good stuff for her.
Now, Manawatu, it's so good to see well, you might call them a smaller association, although they've been one of the big movers in recent years as far as the expansion of their association goes. It's good to see them starting to show up at some major national tournaments. Matilda Sapelli, number 4, comes into bat for Wellington. Pop fly. It's heading out by centre field, shallow centre field, comfortably taken out there by Poppy Priddle for the second out. Fairly straightforward start for Manawatu. Chris, you're a local softball man through and through,
Yep.
But you're also coached up to a national level. How is softball healthy in Southland?
Yeah, no, it's definitely on the comeback. But faded away a wee bit, but a lot of people done a bit of hard work behind the scenes and
Excellent.
got players back here.
Well, you got a beautiful stadium. It's been running now for what, 2 or 3 years?
Yep. Over COVID, we tried to get it going, and just slowly ticking away at it. And no, she's.
Well, I can tell you, it's as good as any other stadium in the country for holding softball. It's definitely a credit to you guys. But we are in day 3 now of the competition. Like I said, we've got a full schedule on of games after some adverse weather as we see another strikeout to Maimoa Finau. 3 down at the top of the first inning, no score in that one, and we'll be back with more in just a minute. That's it. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to quickly run you through the, we'll start with the batting order for Manawatu as they come out onto the diamond. They're led off by number 8, Poppy Priddle. Macy Cribbs comes in at number 2, Ivy Tor, followed by Maimoa Finau, Stella Pirano. Wikitoria Tamati comes in after that. Ngārongo Kaumoana Ponga comes in at number 7. Olivia Moore-Smith, and rounding out their order is Riley Cribbs. Defensively for Wellington, we'll just quickly run you through that one as well. We'll have that graphic up for you in a sec. We'll get underway anyway. Pitcher is Tyler Pitakani. Catcher, Maiarangi Waipara. First base, Aria Webster Pahina. Second, Eva Cribbs. Third, Matilda Sapelli. Shortstop, Nalia Tolovaa. Left field, Ella Tom. Centre field, Chelsea Moananu. At right field is Taylor Hautapu. And we, just while we're waiting for them to get underway, we'll quickly run you through that defensive lineup that we saw a few minutes ago for Manawatu. Their catcher is Maimoa Finau. Ngārongo Kaumoana Ponga is their catcher. Pitcher was Maimoa Finau. Riley Cribb, first base. Second base, Macy Cribb. Olivia Moore-Smith at third. Wikitoria Tamati is at shortstop. Ivy Tor, left field. Poppy Priddle, centre field. And Stella Pirano at right field. Here we go, the 2 lineups for you in this one. Wellington taking on Manawatu. It's good to finally be live with some softball here under the sun and a little bit of cloud at Surrey Park Stadium in Southland. Chris, you mentioned to me before that you'd been recently, for the last several years, coaching the under-15 developing socks. Is that level?
Yeah, yep.
You've seen a lot of these girls, and you've seen a lot of girls over the last few years. How's the women's game shaping up to your mind?
Yeah, it's come a long way. It's good to see a lot of the young girls out here and putting on a great performance. A lot of them too, actually. It's really good to see.
Yeah, we arrived here to set up yesterday, and so I got the opportunity to watch quite a few of the games. I've been impressed with the standard. I have seen that level slowly rise over the last couple of years. So obviously the work you guys are doing at the rookie socks and junior socks level is starting to pay dividends.
Yeah.
First pitch for Tyler Pitakani out there for Wellington. Wellington, a team that's on the rebuild. That's my home association, but I won't let you guys know that if they happen to do well in this game. But they're definitely a team that's stacked with talent. There's probably a few of these guys you've seen, Chris.
Yep. There's a couple out there. There's some, real talented players out there.
Pitakani rears back to throw the next pitch, pushes one into the zone, swung at, it's fouled back to the back of the net. The batter for Manawatu will be Poppy Priddle, their lead-off hitter. Big raps on this girl out of Manawatu. 1 ball, 2 strikes. She's hit that one out to shortstop. Takes that quite comfortably for the first out here at the bottom of the first innings. That'll bring to bat number 2, Macy Cribb. Right, a very quiet start to this game. We have seen some pretty exciting action. It'd be fair to say, Chris, with the way things have sorted out here in the third day of the tournament, you have got a favourite established, and that's probably Hutt Valley.
Yep, no, I've watched a couple of games of them, and the sticks seem to be working early in the tournament. So, yeah, if they carry that on, they'll be very hard to beat, I'd say.
Yeah, they've been very impressive, well coached out there with Craig. Sorry, the last name escapes me.
Simons, yeah.
Craig Simons. Obviously a very experienced player himself and coach. That bounces, hits straight up the centre field. Nice hit to get Manawatu going in this one. Macy Cribb earns herself a stand up at first. She's to be followed by number 8, Ivy Tor. I think the stats we've got here, Chris, sort of tells the story of the favoured teams, with counties, Canterbury, Hutt Valley and North Harbour, and then Auckland in the batting, all featuring in the pitching and the batting stats.
Yes. Macy there with another hit up the middle.
Macy Cribb actually, yeah, number 5 in the stats for Manawatu. 23 plate appearance, 22 at-bats, 13 hits for 591. That is outstanding, isn't it?
Not bad. Not bad going.
Nice pitch on the outside of the plate, not called a strike. This time I do have the other team out there. I've got the names of the team in blue. We did have 3 of them out there. It looks like we've got 2. Oh, we do have 3. Behind the plate, Connor Little doing the calling behind the plate. Out at first base is Rochelle Aubrey. And out at second base at the moment is actually the head umpire for the tournament, Gavin Shepherd. Boys in blue do a great job at our tournaments, Chris. We're pretty blessed with the quality of our officiating.
Yes, it's a thankless job, isn't it? But
well, you're a coach, you know how thankless it is for them at times.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah. I know we do like to sometimes get on their cases, but yeah, they do a fantastic job for us. Manawatu as an association, I can tell you, have grown over the last 5 or 6 years from virtually a standstill to the work they have put in has been absolutely outstanding. Hundreds and hundreds of players, and I want to say 50 or 60 teams there now. It's incredible. And there's a little bit of a fielding error, giving Manawatu another hit. Ivy Tor standing up safe at first. Cribb leads, goes across to second base. Maimore Fee now, number 4, up to bat for them now. Well, this is the first opportunity, Chris, with only 1 down, to move bodies around the base and maybe look at getting on the scoreboard.
Yeah, in the meat of the order sort of thing now, so yeah, it'll be interesting.
This early in the game, you're a coach, Chris. Is this just game plan? If you're a coach, or if you're one of the coaches out there, you're still just deep in your game plan. You're not looking to force or try things, or
yeah, it's sort of just basic softball at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just seeing the pitches, seeing the field, how they're moving, where they're positioned, and yeah, maybe a few tricks come in, I'd say, here and there.
yeah. Well, most of the coaching staff we've got in our teams are all pretty experienced. Daryl Paul is the head coach out there for Manawatu. Deanna Paul is the assistant coach. So they'll be looking at their charges and have led their athletes very well in this tournament. I'm not sure if Manawatu have surprised a lot of people or whether they've been building. But to be in contention for a top 4 spot and be playing tomorrow is a credit to their development, I think.
Yeah, and they've got quite a fairly young squad as well. Yeah, so they've got a big future ahead of them in this level too.
Well, we're a long way away if you're a North Island team, but there is 6 teams, I believe, here from the North Island, so it's pretty well represented. Nice pick up there at shortstop. Fires it across the diamond for the second out. But Moana Finau has done a good job. Both runners have moved now to second and third. 2 down. Stella Pirano will come up to bat, number 16 for Manawatu. Be interesting to see how the Wellington pitcher, Tyler Pizzicani, who has appeared strong and is hitting good spots, to her catcher, Maiarangi Waipara. I suggest these two know each other very well and have been together as a battery for quite a while. Fouls that one back over the fence for a strike. Well, that cloud's not quite done with us yet, Chris. It's cooling things down, but you're a local. Is it going to rain?
I've got a coin in my pocket. I'll put it away. No.
If you can see that tree on the far end, it's not raining. There we go. This is a hit. Picked up at third base. It's going to be close, but the out is taken. Nice play out of there at third base by Matilda Sapelli for Wellington. That'll end the innings. Manawatu had their opportunities in that one, but the top of the second, bottom of the first finished. They have 1 innings complete, no score. We'll be back with more in just a minute.
Tēnā koutou tamariki mā.
Ono mai ki tamariki ha.
Mai mai ia.
Download Māori Plus. Download it, download it, download it. It's easy. Free. Koiko! Kawada. Tanuchu. Te Pānakuana. Island of Mystery. Wongana. Tuhura. Ono mai ki tamariki ha. Download Māori Plus. Please, Mum.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now into the second innings. We've had a pretty modest start to the game with both teams sort of call it the feeling out stages of the game, sort of warily eyeing each other up. It was 3 up, 3 down for Manawatu in the first innings. They managed to get a few runners on base in their turn at bat. Wellington turn to go again this time, and it'll bring number 16, Maiarangi Waipara, comes in the clean-up hitting spot for Wellington. And they'll definitely be looking for a lead-off from her. Maiarangi's a girl I've seen in several tournaments over the years. Hits with power and a very accomplished softballer.
Yeah, definitely a power hitter. Seen her hit some bombs in the day.
Well, there's another thing, of course. We're at under-19 girls tournament, and I'm going to assume that all these fences are at the women's distance, which is fabulous for them because you are seeing bombs regularly flying outside of those fences. And the fans, which unfortunately because of the weather there's not a lot here today, other than the supporters of the teams, have been treated to some of the batting from some of these teams. It's been absolutely fabulous. Yesterday, you just about couldn't move. The banks were full and the fence lines were full. It was a fantastic sight, and they were treated to some top quality sport here in Surrey Park. Maiarangi became the first out while I was saying all of that. Eva Cribbs, number 7, up to bat now for Wellington. Has a go at one above her head. She's flied it out to first base. Comfortably taken out there by Riley Cribb. Manawatu quickly into their work. This is what a pitcher wants. Very few pitchers in the innings, Chris.
Yeah, might be good for them to take a look at a few pitches.
Yeah. This early on, you really want to try and get the pitcher to throw as many as you can, really, don't you?
Yep. She seems to be putting a lot of strikes in there as well, but mixing it up. the odd wayward one. So, yeah.
I must admit, I think this is my first time seeing my Moore out there pitching, and I've been quite impressed. Obviously, she's probably done the bulk of the work. Shortstop's going to get this one. Oh, she's put it back down. And can't get the ball across the first in time. Jessica, that was number 9. Jessica Whiteout, sorry. Came into the DP, who earns herself first base on the error out there at shortstop. Chelsea Moore known in number 11 up to bat now for Wellington. Seem to have quite an experienced lineup, Wellington.
Yes, they do, and give a chance for Coach Tivy to try to play something out now.
Yeah, well, the coach for Wellington, yes, as you've just said, Steve Siller, Tivy, everybody calls him. Brittany Jacobson's their assistant coach, but Steve Siller, a very smart softball brain. Devin Shepherd just letting us know the run is safe at 2. Of course, Tivy, also an accomplished umpire, so he kind of knows what's going on out there.
Yes, it's always good to have someone like that on the coaching staff.
Yeah. Right, 0-0, here we are. We are in the top of the second innings. We have 2 out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking at your screens, I'm updating your scoreboard. And there we go, the strikeout. Nice job out there by Maimora, who is proving to be a bit of a handful for the Wellington batters. Takes another strikeout to end at the top of the second innings. We'll head to the bottom of the second innings. There's still no score in the ball game. We'll be back with more action in just a minute.
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku taimana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What he can do in 50,000 turn up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just quietly moving through the innings at the moment. It is a 0-0 and we have had 1 complete. We've had the top of the second complete. We're into the bottom of the second innings now. And up to bat for Manawatu will be number 3, Wikitoria Tamaki. Pretty quiet so far in the ball game. We know anything can break it open, but usually that starts at this level to happen once batters have seen the pitcher more than once. Once they start getting used to it, used to the speed, used to the locations, normally finds the bat a bit more regularly. Would that be right, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. They've work out what pitches are getting thrown and
yep.
Yeah.
That one's just been hit straight out to second base, who fires it across the first for the first out here in the bottom of the second innings. That'll bring to bat number 7, Narongo Kaumoana Ponga, the catcher for Manawatu. I hope I've got that right to her family. Comes in the 7th spot for Manawatu. But usually if you're the catcher, you're usually not a bad hitter as well.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to coach her in Aussie last year and she was a great player, yeah.
Yeah.
Great leader.
Takes the pace off that one. Hits it out nice and hard to shortstop. He can't handle it. Nice job out there by the Manawatu catcher to earn herself a safe hit at first base on the error at shortstop. Olivia Moore-Smith comes up to bat now, number 6. For Manawatu. Interesting times here for them. 1 out, a runner on 1. That one a little bit outside for a ball.
Keeping very disciplined, Manawatu.
Yeah, it's interesting. Do you think it's too early maybe to have a look at the catcher's arm and maybe force a steal and see what happens? There's another ball.
Yeah, it could be a go, but she does have a very strong arm, but
yep.
More chance of scoring from second base, so you could get her over there for Manawatu.
I think it would hinge on this pitch. And she does have a very good arm as she goes for the pick-off at first base. Almost an off-balance throw, that one, and that went there like a little bit of a rocket. Not out, runner still at 1. Job done. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nice comeback from Tyler. You probably wait for the walk or not walk before forcing things here, I would think. Here we go. She goes to the first base. Ball's on bases there with a walk. So we have runners at 1 and 2 for Manawatu with only 1 out. Bottom of the order, Riley Cribb it is. That prompts just a little bit of a conference with the Wellington infield. Probably not a bad time, just to have a talk about proceedings, make sure they're all on the same page.
Yep, and with Manawatu with 2 runners on, like the last innings, they'll be looking to convert this time, at least 1 run anyway.
Yeah. Try once and learn from that the second time. We'll see what happens. Riley Clibb, number 11, comes up to bat for Manawatu. That's the bottom of their order. It'll be interesting if they can get her on base. They go to the top of the order, and that says definitely danger signs. Shapes to bunt. Umpire calls it a strike.
Wellington will be looking for a double play on a hard hit ball to them. Get out of the innings.
Yeah, it's hard to. I know they had to groom the diamond. And it was very, very wet at about 9 o'clock this morning when we arrived. But it's come on so far since then. But a little bit of a minefield out there because we've seen 2 or 3 mistakes at shortstop so far. Just a little bit of uneven bounce, you think?
Yeah, no. There'll be a few humps and hollows and whatnot. So yeah, it's always got to keep your body behind it and keep nice and low.
Yeah, they've all done a good job of doing that, but it is hard to glove the ball when you're not sure where it's going to bounce. Swings hard at a dropping ball on the outside of the plate. Nice pitch by Tyler this time. Looking to defuse the situation right now with 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rears back to throw again. Fends that one off to stay in the battle. Nice little battle developing here between batter and pitcher. This is what we were talking about earlier, Chris, with needing to get the pitcher to throw a few pitches.
Yeah, absolutely. Riley's there protecting the plate.
Watches that one go low. Nice job by the catcher to keep it in front of her. No advance by the runners. Still at 1 and 2 for Wellington. Riley Cribb in the batter's box doing the job for her team. Bit of excitement now in the Manawatu dugout, bit of noise. She's hit that one hard down the third base line. It's in. It's gone all the way to the fence, and the left field fence is going to score 1. It's going to score 2. The runner's rounded 2, coming to 3. And she holds up there for a beautiful piece of hitting. 2-0 to Manawatu, just like that. After some quiet proceedings and one swing of the bat, cracks it right open.
Yeah, there was a nice hit down third base there. Scored 2 runners and stand-up triple herself. Wellington done well to quickly scamper out to the fence and get it in before.
Yeah, well, it's about limiting the damage in that situation. You know there's runs going to score, but you don't want 2 to become 3, do you?
Exactly.
Yeah. Nice comeback pitch on the inside. The other thing, of course, is we're back at the top of the order from Manawatu, so the pressure's not going to come off Wellington. The lead-off hitter, Poppy Priddle, in the batter's box right now. Very accomplished softballer. Talking to a couple of guys around the diamond have already singled her out as being a future star in the game. There's a nice hit out there at second base. It's going to get, the out's going to get taken, but not before another run scores, and this time it's Manawatu who advance the scoreboard and go on to lead the ball game now by 3-0 over Wellington, and doing a very nice job.
Yeah, it was a nice soft hit to a second base. Tough play to make it home, so she done well to get the out.
Yeah, well, there's a minimum expectation in that play, isn't there? You've got to at least get an out.
Yep.
It would have been nice to hold the runner, but that wasn't to be. Ball wasn't hit hard enough. The second out. Bringing to bat number 2, Macy Cribb. And this is just good work by Manawatu. Good batting. Good base running.
Yeah, just been nice and patient in the box, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you talked about that early on, the need to be a bit patient. They've started doing that, and they're starting to pick the pitch they want. Danger signs for Wellington, definitely.
Yeah.
There we go. It's just the batter. It's just on the batter now because there's no runners left out there. They've done the job in converting all those runners into runs. So with 2 down, Macy Cribb up to bat number 2. Manawatu looking to restart their innings. Wellington looking to end the pain of the bottom of the second innings. Nice comeback pitch. Nicely thrown there by Tyler Pitakani as she makes the strikeout for the 3rd out. Here in the second innings, but not before Manawatu now lead this ball game by 3-0 over Wellington. We'll be back in just a minute with more action.
Dan Carter knew the power of winning.
Your instincts tell you the score's different. The flip side of that was the intense pressure.
I'd go back to my hotel room and I'd be broken.
Dan Carter, a perfect team. Ki whakaata Māori me Māori Plus.
Get the Māori Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make Māori Plus your mate and stream now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now into the top of the 3rd innings of this ball game, where it is Manawatu that have stolen a march on Wellington and now lead this ball game by 3-0 after some fantastic batting in that second inning. Chris, that was just good softball really from Manawatu, wasn't it?
Yeah, good patient softball, leaving the balls hitting the strikes, and then Riley with a nice stand-up triple. score a couple, then get scored herself.
Yeah, it's a heartbreaking hit, those ones that go straight down the line all the way to the corner of the diamond. And you're the one chasing it. You know what's going on behind you while you're running out towards it, but there's nothing you can do about it. As we see, it's Wellington's turn now to try and see what they can do and answer. And number 14, Aria Webster Pahina, is up to bat for Wellington. Swings hard at a pitch from Maimoa Finau. We've seen two into the third innings now of this pitcher catcher. It's an impressive battery. Chris doing a good job.
Yeah, and they haven't thrown many pitches, to be fair, either. Wellington probably just got to tighten up the zone a wee bit.
Yeah, it's coming in if you're throwing sort of less than 11 or 12 pitches in an innings, you're saving yourself work, really. Wellington just need to take her a bit deeper into counts. There's a nice hit out to second base. There's that uneven bounce. It's gone right through this time, and it's Wellington who are off to a good start here in the third innings with Aria Webster Pahina getting herself out to first base. Nice hit.
Yeah, nice drive to second. Got herself in a good position, but just uneven bounce again. And
yeah, unfortunately, the players are just going to have to adjust to that, make sure they've got the body behind the ball, keep it in front of them. It's not always going to happen. Number 2, Ella Tom, comes into bat for Wellington, and much in the situation that Manawatu were in. They've got a runner on base, and they've got the bottom of their order up to bat. And there we go. She just pulled the bat back on that one, hit it straight to the pitcher, who makes that look harder than it needed to be to get the out at first base with one of the slowest throws to first base I've seen in a little while. Got the job done, though, and now it's 2 down. The runner is across to 2. Sorry, 1 down. Runner is across to 2. Nalia Tolova, top of the order now, up to bat. Runner at 2 for Wellington. It's their turn to look see if they can convert. And we're just seeing a little bit of a change now as Tivy's gone to the short handle.
Yep, no, he's made an adjustment and identifying, getting around and seeing the ball a bit better and putting the pressure on the field, making them do the work.
Oh, Nalia, a very accomplished softballer. She'll be up to the challenge here. Maimoa Finau is back. She's been very good in this inning so far, in this game so far. As we see Nalia foul one down the third base line. No balls, 2 strikes. This one's flown out to third base, comfortably taken. She has a go at getting the runner backing up at 2. Unable to do so. Nalia Tolovata flies out at 3 for 2 out here now in the bottom of the third innings. Matilda Sapelli will come up to bat. Wellington still with a runner at 2. In the situation they're in this ball game, there's still plenty of time. But they'll probably be unhappy to not give themselves an opportunity if they don't manage to move this runner. Oh, and there we go. They've gone for the steal now. Nice throw down the base. And the slide has beaten the tag. The throw was good. Possibly Chris, the third baseman, just a little bit guilty not getting back to her line or bag quick enough.
Yeah, so it must have been a heck of a slide to get underneath the tag there, yeah.
Yeah, because it looked like he got there in plenty of time to lay the tag on her. Now we're seeing Wellington with their opportunity. There's some nice base running, courtesy of some nice base running out there. Matilda Sapelli with everything on her shoulders now. She's going to have to move this runner. This time it's hit straight to 3 again. The catch is made. She's done all the work out here at third base in this innings. There's 3 down now. No score for Wellington, so Manawatu still lead this ball game by 3-0. We'll be back in just a minute with more action.
Tēnā koutou tamariki mā.
Ono mai ki tamariki ha.
Mai mai ia.
Download Māori Plus. Download it, download it, download it. It's easy. It's free. Koriko! Kakavada. Tanuchu. Te pāmakuana. I Mystery. Tūhura. Ona mai ki tamariki ha. Download Māori Plus. Please, Mum.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we've had a bit of action in this ball game, and it so far has been all Manawatu who lead the ball game now here in the bottom of the third innings by 3 runs to 0 over Wellington. So it's all on Wellington as we head into the middle stages of this ball game to get things back on track for them. Nice job by Manawatu to get started in the second innings and convert 3 runs. Ivy Tor, number 8 for them, up to bat. We have probably had the first stanza of this ball game. Chris, how have you seen it?
Yeah, it was sort of first innings was a bit of an arm wrestle, I suppose, and Manawatu took their opportunities, and Wellington will be a wee bit disappointed not to score there, but they'll definitely have the fight in them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they managed to get a run at a 3, so they've already had somebody around in a scoring position. There's still plenty of innings to go in this ball game for them to fight back, but the danger, of course, is Manawatu now are not going to sit back on their laurels either. So they're going to be looking to really put the pain back on Wellington, so to speak. 2 balls, 2 strikes on tour out there right now. This one's just pop flight into shallow right field. It's gone straight under the glove of the right fielder out there. They've picked it up now, but not before Ivy Tor shows her speed actually out there and gets all the way around to 2. And Taylor Hautapu out there at right field will want that one over again, I'm pretty sure, but it happens.
Yep, it was just one of those niggly ones. Do I go for it, do I not?
Yeah, exactly. It was right in that no man's land for her. She decided to go for it, and unfortunately she couldn't get the glove down far enough. It went underneath. Manawatu are back in action. This time it's Maimoa Finau. Not a bad batter to have up in the situation with the runner at 2 as well. She comes in the clean-up spot. So you can guarantee she'll be hitting with power. Of course, there's always a little bit extra spice when it's pitcher on pitcher.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to give them anything, do you?
No. Not too much to separate these two girls, either in stature or in speed. But I think at the moment, Maimoa is just edged ahead with the spots she's been able to hit against the Wellington batters. Tyler's, when she's forced to come into the zone, has come a little bit too far into the zone, I suspect. And that will be a close miss. Say that fast 3 times. Yeah, if you can, you're better than me, because I didn't even say it once. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maimoa Finau up to bat. Has a swing at this one. She pops it back over the fence for a foul ball. We've seen Pitikani with the ability to throw plenty of good pitches, but just those that have been hit just zoning into the middle a little bit too often.
Yeah, no one's just outside the plate of really good pitches. But
I felt she was unlucky on that previous pitch, actually.
Yeah. It just shows the discipline that Manawatu got as well.
Yeah, they've obviously been coached pretty well. Daryl Paul and Deanna Paul doing the job out there for them. Oh, this time is a nice pitch at the top of the zone. Umpire Little says that's a strike. There's Maimoa Finau. Heads to the dugout, 1 down. That one seemed to be high in the zone.
Yeah, looked a little bit high, top of the zone, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, we're about, what, 20, 30 metres away. We won't judge the umpire too harshly on that as we see a nice one go in for a strike. Good to see Tyler not letting the situation, finding themselves 3 runs down, get to her. She's come back quite strongly. That one also called a strike. Well, we've seen one very high in the zone, and we've now seen one very low in the zone. So umpire Little maybe just a wider zone than we've seen so far in the last day or two. Really is up to the batters to adapt, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta protect that zone.
Swings hard at this one. And the comeback continues. 2 strikeouts in a row for Pitakani. Bringing to bat Wikitori Atamati.
Seems now that they've found a wee bit of a groove. Pitcher catcher now.
Yeah. Yeah, struggled for an inning and a half there. And that cost them 3 runs. So you kind of hope that's not the ball game because they're going to need to use the bats to get that back. Ironically, you know, a lot seems to rest on pitchers, but if both pitchers do their job at the end of a ball game, that's 0-all. So it's a game where you got to swing those bats. That one low in the zone for a ball. Things just continue to darken overhead a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. There's a possibility.
Yeah, it's chilled down a wee bit, definitely.
This one here is hit out into shallow centre field. It lands on the grass. It's a nice job. It's going to score the runner. And she's going to go to 2 as well. And there's a fine piece of base running by Manawatu. With 2 out and a runner at 2, the score is now 4-0. Nice piece of softball by Manawatu to take advantage of that.
Yeah, the advantage is having 2 down and not having to tag up. She's got a real good jump, and there's one thing on her mind, I think it was, and heading home.
Yeah, she saw home plate from second, didn't she? She wasn't going to stop. Maybe just a little bit guilty of not jumping on that fly ball quick enough in outfield there as well. Getting it in the air fast enough. That's the key to stopping those runners, is getting it back into the diamond as fast as you can. There we go. Manawatu have taken advantage of things here in the bottom of the 3rd innings. Now lead the ball game by 4-0. And although there's still plenty of time for Wellington, we never say die in this game because until that last ball's pitched, anything can happen. Absolutely. But there has become a decent sort of a mountain for Wellington to climb. Manawatu have obviously kept their discipline throughout the ball game. But as far as the result of this game goes, it's on Manawatu. May or may not continue in this ball game depending on how they go in this game. This time we see one lined out to left field. It's unable to be fielded out there, and it's going to score another runner. The batter is headed around 2, is going to 3. And once again, it is Manawatu who are using those bats to great effect. Scored another runner. And that was Narongo Komoana Ponga who hit that one all the way to the left field fence to score that runner.
Yeah, they got the lead off to second base, then got 2 quick outs, and now 2 down rally scored 2 runs. So Manawatu are very, very happy with that.
They're very quick to jump on the advantage though, aren't they? Because they're scoring their runs in blocks. We look at the second innings, it was 3 in a row. And now in the third innings, it's 2, boom, just like that in the blink of an eye. They seem to recognise the situation when they have runners on base and take advantage of it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of this game, we are going to have another game on Diamond 1, and that is going to be an exciting one because that's going to be the first of our semi-finals. You're going to have first place playing fourth place. Here we go, and this one's just been fired out to shortstop. He takes this one comfortably this time, fires it across to first base for the third out, which was Olivia Moore-Smith. There we go now. Manawatu continue their dominance in this ball game. They now lead it by 5-0 over Wellington. We'll be back at the top of the fourth innings in just a minute.
Learn Purako. Explore Te Taiao. Tūhura ki whakaata Māori me Māori Plus.
Okay. Let's go then, eh?
You want to chess champion, the dark horse?
Deep down, that's all we want. Just freedom.
You sucker. You better watch out, you fool.
I often think of my cousin.
She didn't have anyone.
She had us.
You're pretty beautiful.
Same.
We're going to get you back, Mother. I promise.
Kiriata no Aotearoa ki whakaata Māori me Māori Plus.
Well, welcome back. Manawatu will continue to do all the damage. 5-0, they are leading this one over Wellington. And we are now on the fourth innings. And it is my more female. Been very impressive in this ball game so far. Now we see a nice hit out there. Shortstop covers a lot of ground to pick it up, but can't beat the runner out. She's going to take advantage as Manawatu have left that base wide open to steal 2-2. That's probably the first error we've seen from Manawatu in this ball game, Chris.
Yeah.
Just said that with my mic off. That is probably the first error we've seen in this ball game, Chris.
Yep, and a smart piece of base running there too. Get to second base, wide open.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Did a whole spiel there with my mic turned off, so we'll have a laugh about that one after. But Wellington done a good job. Take advantage of that error by Manawatu. Runner at 2. Bringing to bat, number 16, Mairangi Waipara. Came into the innings previously in this situation as well with a runner on 2. This time it's a steal. The throw gets smartly down to third base, who lays the tag on the Wellington girl, who seems to be a bit injured. We'll just go to a break, and we'll bring this break to you by Beyond the Dugout Broadcasting.
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku time wana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What he can do in 50,000 turn up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we've just had a break while there's been a bit of an injury. There you see the runner attempted to steal to 3, and she went in very hard smartly down to on the plate, and unfortunately she's in a bit of pain. Lays the tag, taking a break while that player is attended to, and we do hope she's okay. We've just noted, of course, that is Tyler Pitakani out there, and I really do hope she's all right, but that is Wellington's pitcher. Been doing a good job for her team. Chris, that would definitely be a blow for them, both batting and pitching, if she has to retire.
Yes, absolutely, especially after that last innings where they started getting into their groove a wee bit. And yeah, hopefully she's all right. She's getting up there now, which is a good sign.
Yeah, it looks like she's been helped to her feet now. Hopefully they'll get some ice on it, some of that magic water. Used to work on the rugby players all those years ago. But there we go, the crowd just showing their appreciation as she's helped off the diamond. And once again, here at Beyond the Dugout Broadcasting, wish her well and hope she's going to be okay. She was the out, so Wellington do now have one out, as she was stealing to 3. Into bat will be number 16, Mairangi Waipara. So it'll be all on her to get herself started.
Hopefully Wellington have got another pitcher warming up. Bit of movement over there in the dugout.
They will have to. I'm not sure how many pitchers they've brought with them. Well, Jessica Whiteout was a very accomplished pitcher for a few years there. I'm not sure of the other girls who amongst them who is a pitcher. And it's Manawatu who get back into work out there defensively, Maimulafino, and the rest of the Manawatu fielding unit have been very strong in this ball game so far. Just the one error, we saw them allow that second base wide open. As we see a hit out to second base this time, she comfortably fields it, and Mairangi Waipara becomes the second out, as it will be number 7. Eva Cribbs, who comes into the batting order for Wellington. Nice job out there by second base.
Yep, stayed nice and low on that one. Got a nice bounce and just over to 1.
When I talk about errors, I do believe she did let one go behind her earlier in the innings, so I'll call that the second inning of the ball game. They have been very strong. And there's a strike put on the batter there. Nice hit up the middle this time. It's Eva Gibbs who gets herself one out to centre field. And gets herself safe at first. Wellington looking for a 2-out rally of their own, which will bring to bat number 9, DP Jessica Whiteout.
Yeah, nicely hit up the middle. Bit of pace there as well, so maybe a steal coming up.
There we go. This one's hit hard out to shortstop. She swallows this one and makes it the throw across to first base. And she made that play look easy to end the end of the inning for Wellington. And it's Wellington who continue to fire blanks in this one. Unfortunately for them, they trail Manawatu by 5 runs to 0. We'll be back in just a minute with more action.
Get the Māori Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make Māori Plus your mate and stream now.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going through a pitching change for you here for Wellington, as it is Matilda Sapali that will come in to replace the injured Tyler Pitakani. And at third base, we will have number 12, was it, Chris?
Yeah.
Number 12, which is Tyler Bull, goes to third base, which is where Matilda was. That replacement at pitcher forced with the injury of Tyler Pitakani, who had to come off after sliding into third base. Commitment right there, Chris, as she slid in very hard.
Yep, it's always a bit scary seeing pitchers sliding in bases, and probably a prime example of it there.
Yeah, that was a second or two before I realised, she's injured, and then, it's their pitcher. I have been a feature of the tournament for me, as most teams have had a strong backup to their main pitchers. Hopefully Wellington are the same. We're going to have to find out, however, because Matilda Sapali it is who's been given the ball and asked to do the job for Wellington. First pitch is a good one. Fires it in for a strike.
Yeah, Riley Cribb with a stand-up triple to score 2 runs in her last at-bat too, so
yep,
tough one to come and do.
That ball that she hit got all the way to third base in a hurry. So she may come in at number 9 in the order, but she certainly is one of the strong hitters in the lineup. It's kind of a thing these days, though, Chris. It's not necessarily your weakest batter that comes in at number 9 anymore. A lot of coaches seem to almost restart their order at the bottom.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Yep.
They look for a lead off at around about number 6 or 7, and then restart their order. So by the time you get to number 9, theoretically, you're looking at a cleanup hitter.
Yeah.
This one by Sapali low in the zone. Two balls, 2 strikes. It's a nice count for the hitter. Seems to have a thing for that third base line.
Yep, seeing it nice and early.
Yeah. She got around too early on that one. Hit it down the foul line, down third base. It went like a rocket again though, so she seems to only have 1 speed.
New player to the diamond, Tyler, will be...
Yeah, that was straight at me.
Yeah. Knowing where it's going.
Yeah. And I think she's just taken a step or 2 backwards, which is probably a good idea. Oh, pulls the strings on that. It's a nice looking pitch. Umpire Little doesn't give it though. Might have been a little bit unlucky. I thought that was a good attempt to change up on that one. Loads the count up. Does a good job. She picks the walk, and that takes them back to the top of their order. So Wellington have been backed into the wall here by Manawatu. Not just with the injury, they were already 5 runs down prior to that. But unless they can start to bat and do something about what Manawatu are doing, we may be staring down the barrel of an early game. And this one flies out into foul territory.
A wee bit slower this pitcher, so the Manawatu girls will have to adjust. Let it come into the zone a wee bit more.
Yeah, maybe just guilty on waiting that one a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Still a lot of smiles out there on the faces of Wellington girls. Good to see they're still having a good time. This one's hit out to second base. The out has taken it comfortably at second. There's a nice execution to get the lead out there. And it was Poppy Priddle that gets herself safe at first base. Plenty of bodies on bases for Manawatu, always giving themselves chances even when they are losing runners and having outs taken. Macy Cribbett is number 2 who will be up to bat for them. Watches the first pitch go high and outside.
Macy was a nice hit up the middle in the first innings.
Yeah, she's joined a number of growing list of batters who have managed to get the ball into the outfield. She shapes the bunt on this one and it's a steal. Nice job by the Manawatu team there to convert that runner. Nice throw by Maurangi Waipara as well. He had to be fast.
No, the base runner's called out for leaving early.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that one. And it's the Manawatu coach. Darryl Paul comes across to have a chat with the umpire. Any confusion, of course, is umpire Shepherd called her safe, but that's his job for where he was. What are the odds that the umpire changed their mind?
Yeah. No. Well, the chance, just like the chance of it raining. Probably.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't happen, does it? So the runner is out. 2 down now. That'll bring to bat number 2, Macy Cribb, who has hit it hard at third base, who couldn't take it. It's dropped to the ground after that unsuccessful catch, and it's Manawatu with 2 down who have a runner safe at first base. Which goes to show the benefit of hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, she done well to get up to that. But
yeah,
just about
a good effort.
Popped it to the shortstop because it's so hard.
That would have been a highlight reel if that had happened.
Yeah.
A double catch. Ivy Tora up to bat, number 8 for Manawatu. This time she's lined one out. It looks like it's going to drop into the glove of the first baseman who covered a lot of ground to get out there. And the 3rd out is taken, and Wellington get out of that innings without incurring any damage at all, which is good news for them as they trail this ball game against Manawatu by 5 runs to 0. We will be back with more action in just a minute.
Nice catch.
Learn Pūrākau. Explore Te Taiao.
Hai mai.
Tūhura ki whakaata Māori me Māori Plus.
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku time wana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What he can do in 50,000 turn up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, things have quietened down here in this ball game. Diamond 2 action here at Surrey Park in the 2024-2025 National Softball Championship for girls. Manawatu taking on Wellington. Manawatu provided all the action with the bat in this ball game so far. They lead it by 5-0 over Wellington. It's Wellington who have a lot of work ahead of them if they're going to continue too much deeper into this ball game. The first batter to attempt to do that is number 11, Chelsea Moananu. Here in the 5th innings now. We're getting through the middle stanzas of this ball game. Things continue to be in Manawatu's favour. Who would be fair to say of the two teams, Chris, have been a little bit more focus-driven on their goal than have Wellington, especially with their discipline in the batter's box.
Yeah, sort of a bit more wanting it, aren't they? They're showing a bit of grit in there.
Well, when we talk about what rides as far as tournament situation goes for these two teams, let me just remind you, it's Manawatu who are the only of the two teams who have an opportunity to break into the top 4. If they win this game, I do believe they will claim 4th spot and go in there alongside Hutt Valley, Canterbury, counties, and I believe Manawatu. I'm not sure where the results have gone in counting situations with North Harbour. So I hope I'm right in saying that. Certainly it's Manawatu who are in with an opportunity. Wellington are already consigned to thinking about next year.
Yeah, it's quite exciting that top 4 comes in the last round robin game, isn't it?
It does, yeah. I mean, as I said before, stay tuned here on Whakaata Māori for the next game. Whereas that will be the first of the semi-final games. And position 1, or the team that's qualified first, will play position 4. And that will be, if position 1 win that game, that will decide the first grand finalist here. So to have that result from the 5:30 game, Chris, after the weather we had this morning, it must be a tribute to the organisational skills of the Southland Softball Association.
Yeah, they'll be looking forward to getting to the business end of it.
Yeah, breathe a sigh of relief. You
Yeah.
got through the worst day as far as weather goes of the tournament.
Yep, and I checked the forecast before and it looks pretty good. So
Good.
yeah.
Look forward to a great finals day here, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be bringing you both the semi-final to decide the other grand finalists tomorrow morning and the grand final, which of course is due to hit us at 11 o'clock. Nice and early for those teams that want to get on their planes and head a long way home. And there we have a look of the what looked like the, I'm not sure what we were looking at there.
Keen supporter over there.
Keen supporter in the ball. There we go. And it's a blanket, isn't it, Chris? Is that a blanket?
I think that might be, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I wonder where I get one of those. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Nice job. We'll give that supporter the chocolate fish of the day. That's an awesome blanket. You're going to get seen in any sport wearing that, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't let that reflect you, ladies and gentlemen, on the weather down here at Southland, because when that sun's out, it is blistering hot down here. Anyway, we're in the top of the 5th innings. Two out and up to bat was a number 2. Alaton becomes a 3rd out, and that will end 5th inning for Wellington. They couldn't impact it yet, and things are beginning to disappear fast for them as they trail Manawatu by 5-0. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There, as you see the graphic on the screen, we've got some of the Day 2 results for you there to go through. Under 19 Girls National, Southland went down to Manawatu for Hutt Valley, beat Canterbury 9-2. That's a big result. Wellington just lost to Auckland 5-6. Manawatu, Otago 15-0. Counties 12-4 over Southland. And there we go. Day 2 results continued there. North Harbour over Wellington, Hutt Valley, Southland, Counties, Auckland, Canterbury and Otago going down to Wellington. Game 43 on the schedule, this one is, so we're getting through the games as well on this tournament. As we see Manawatu looking to go to work here in the bottom of the 5th innings. As Maimoa now hits one out into foul territory for Manawatu. I mean, there's two different mindsets out there. I mean, if you're a coach, Chris, I mean, Manawatu, it's just about good softball for them from now on. They error free.
Yep, absolutely. They'll be wanting to get 2 runs out here and get out of the game early, save their pitcher. So,
whereas shoe on the other foot for Steve. He's just got to get some bodies on the base somehow.
Yeah, just stringing some team hits together, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
And sort of have 1s and 2s and stuff like that, but yeah, stringing team hits together.
Certainly in the 2 innings that Manawatu scored their runs, that's exactly how they did it. They just strung those hits together. 3 runs in a row in the 2nd innings, followed by 2 again in the 3rd innings. Hitting in blocks. That one finds the dirt. And it is impressive pitcher for Manawatu, Maimoa now, going to work with the bat. Has a swing, hits this hard down the 3rd base line. It's also a foul. Just not quite adjusting to the slower pace of Matilda Sapelli. Pitching out there for Wellington. She is a lot slower, but she's actually pitching quite well either side of the plate.
Yeah. She's moving it around, clipping the edges where she can.
Sometimes it can be hard to catch up. This time she's had a nice scoop by 3rd base, who really makes a meal of the throw, but what a pickup. That was well done.
That was very well done.
Safe at 1st base by Finau. Very hard hit to 3rd base. Had plenty of time, as it turned out. Just take another step and not hurry that throw. A little bit of inexperience there, I think.
Yeah, you got a bit of time there just to find the grip on the ball and get the feet right. A very good pickup.
Stella Pirano, number 16 for Manawatu, comes up now after that good hit by Finau. And she's launched this one into the 1st base diamond. Sorry, the number 1 diamond. The diamonds everyone is praying and hoping will dry out for finals day tomorrow. Not that there's anything wrong with the 2nd diamond 2, which is equally as impressive. In this facility that Southland now have and should be rightfully proud of. We see a hard swing, fouled back. Just taking cuts at a few out of the zone at the moment, so a couple of the Manawatu batters.
Yeah, sort of the discipline's gone a bit wayward with the slower pitcher. The eyes are lighting up a wee bit, aren't they?
Yeah, yep. You kind of do. You start thinking, I should be hitting this. This one, it's 3rd base again who gets in the action, and it is a nice play this time as she takes the out. Pirano heads back to the dugout for Manawatu as the first out here in the 5th innings. She's going to be replaced by number 3, Wikitoria Tamati.
Good to see Wellington still cheering on, having fun out there anyway, with the scoreline the way it is.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they've come a long way to play these games, and of course, you know, you hope that enjoyment is going to play a big part of it. Oh, there we go. Nice pick off. Not successful. Mairangi Waipara keeps the runner out there honest.
Yeah, we don't not see another pitcher go down, do we? Diving back like that.
Yeah. Yes, we have seen a little bit too much of that from pitchers in this ball game. Now that was an interesting pitch. It seemed to take forever to get to the catcher. I think with her lack of pace and at her full pace, that was actually a change-up. Well played, well pitched. Nice job. High and inside this time. She's done a good job since she's come in. She's definitely stopped the run flow. That's for sure.
Yeah, just side to side, isn't it?
Yeah. She's just either side, being accurate, not trying to overcook it. And it's Manawatu who are struggling to adjust at the moment. Because as you say, they would like to get out of this ball game early. They lead the ball game by 5-0. They've got a runner on 1 with only 1 out. We're in the bottom of the innings. And they're struggling to move it any further.
Full count, 1 down.
Sapelli ready to go again. And this time she walks the batter. And the danger signals go up for Wellington, Chris, as we we're just talking about the run ahead rule coming into effect if Manawatu can convert it. We are in the bottom of the 5th innings, so they will need to be 7 runs up. Currently they're 5, with 1 out and runners at 1 and 2. That calculation definitely comes into play.
Yeah, was a very dangerous hitter as well. Got a stand-up triple herself early on.
Narongo Kaumoana hit one all the way out to the fence. Not long. Has also done a great job, I feel, for Manawatu in battery with her pitcher. This time she's hit one hard. It's gone high. Down the line. It's in. It's gone all the way to the fence. There's one going to score. And it has now been called a foul. That took Gavin Shepherd out there a long time to do. I thought it had landed safe, but got a bit excited there. Everybody goes back to their original positions. The umpire kept us guessing. But yeah, you talked about the power. Ponga just had another one out to the fence. Fouls that one back. Big crowd here today. A little bit hard to see. Pitcher gets ready to go again. This one's high and it's swung at. And what a great job by Sapelli to strike out the batter in that situation. A lot of pressure on her there. Nice work she's done since she came in. That'll bring to bat number 6, Olivia Moore-Smith. And that really was a nice job under pressure.
Yeah. Manawatu just got a bit excited, tried to win the game there herself, I think.
Yeah, it is something that, here we go, there's a hit out, and this time it's a nice job by the shortstop, and Wellington can breathe again and have another opportunity as we head to the 6th innings to see if they can impact the scoreboard. We'll find out when we come back in just a minute.
Okay. It's go then, eh?
You want a chess champion, the dark horse?
Deep down, that's all we want. Just freedom.
You sucker. You better watch out, you fool.
Often think of my cousin.
She didn't have anyone.
She had us.
You're pretty beautiful.
Same.
We're going to get you back, Mother. I promise.
Kiriata no Aotearoa, ki whakaata Māori me Māori Plus.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it is the middle stages of the game here on Diamond 2 that are now through and behind us. We're heading towards the end as we're now at the top of the 6th innings. It is Manawatu that continue to keep the foot on the throat of the Wellington team. Be interesting to see what Wellington can come up with, but it's Manawatu that lead Wellington by 5 runs to 0 here in the 6th innings. So we will be looking to see now what Wellington have an answer in this game. Big mountain now for Wellington in this one, Chris.
Yeah, it is. They'll just be looking to get 1 run at a time now.
Yeah. Yeah, but the outs become expensive now, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, they become the worst enemy. You can afford to give up outs early in the ball game and maybe manufacture a run or two as we see a fly ball out to left field. And this time it's comfortably taken out there by Ivy Toa. One swing of the bat and those outs. You go from 6 outs in the ball game left to 5, just like that.
Yeah, and on the flip side, Manawatu, they won't mind giving up a run, as you say, to get an out.
Yeah. I mean, they can afford to, if they need to.
Yep.
I suspect that will be a ball against the pitcher.
She's done well to release it, otherwise it would have been a legal pitch.
Yep.
Don't know exactly what happened.
That was one of those surprise ones. Surprise to the pitcher. 1 ball, no strikes. And she was hoping everybody didn't see that one, as well as everybody that ends up watching this broadcast. I won't go too hard on her because Maimoa has pitched a fantastic game, actually.
Absolutely.
And she saw the funny side of it as well. Then for Wellington, it is the relief pitcher, Matilda Sapelli. Done a great job for them. She's managed to stop the run flow, but it hasn't helped Wellington kick in with a few runs of their own yet. We're now in the 6th innings, and things looking quite dire. And it is Maimoa who continues. Hitting those spots inside and out, high and low.
Yeah, I don't think she's walked anyone the whole game, actually.
She seems to pitch within herself physically in that too. You're not expending a lot of energy doing it, which is usually the mark of a good pitcher anyway.
Yep. Probably guaranteed she's thrown quite a number of pitches already so far in the tournament.
Yeah, you'd absolutely think so. This time it's just dropped at the feet of the batter. It's no man's land for the pitcher and catcher right there. Hard to effect an out there. Wellington with a little bit of luck. They now have a runner at first base, Matilda Sapelli. we see two of the more interested spectators in the ball game. Who are not actually looking at the ball game, keeping an eye on proceedings elsewhere. Oh, and this time it's back to the short handle for Wellington. They move the runners for two, but it has cost them another out.
Yeah.
I think the attempt there, Chris, sorry about that, if is just to put pressure on the Manawatu field, try and see if they can get them to get, maybe cough up a few errors.
Yeah, interesting play the old bunt there, but
yeah. I mean, as a coach, you possibly may not have tried that yourself.
Yeah, no, or sort of this late in the game, you
yep.
sort of called a sacrifice bunt for a reason.
Yeah.
And
possibly even a fake bunt steal might have been at least preserved the batter in the box. You know, you'd see how hard Manawatu might have gone for that out. They might not have gone for it at all. This time it's hit out to third base. She eats that one up again. Throws it across. It hasn't been taken. And there we go. This time it's Wellington to take advantage of it. Play. We'll be back in just a minute. Play. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're now in the bottom of the sixth innings of this ball game between Manawatu and Wellington. Here at the Under-19 National Tournament. The girls down at Surrey Park in Invercargill. Beautiful part of the country if you're listening to us overseas. And definitely need to come and visit it and see what it's all about. Plenty to do down here in Invercargill. Having said that, it's Manawatu in the batter's box. They lead this game by 5-1 over Wellington. And it is Matilda Sapelli who is looking to see what she can do about it. Throws that one into the dirt. No damage. Number 11 up to bat. Riley Cribb for Manawatu. There's a hard swing at this one. Be fair to say, she's into her third inning since the injury to Tyler Pitakani, Chris, that she's done a good job of keeping the Manawatu batters quiet.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the girls have sort of made their eyes light up a wee bit, isn't it? And,
they're still swinging hard. They're just not catching up to it. This time you see one in the middle, and again the swing comes around too early. There's a nice attempt at a catch as it drops into foul territory. But that probably, to be fair, was probably a pitch that should have been hit into fair territory. But again, they just seem to be misjudging the speed of it. There's a nice job done out there. And she actually seems to be getting stronger.
Yeah.
Quite impressive. Nice job. Poppy Priddle it is who will come up to bat for Manawatu.
Looks like a little shift going on there. First base come off the line. Second base up the middle.
Yep. There we go. Second base hit out to second base. She nearly makes a meal of the throw. I wouldn't want to be the Wellington first base today. She really has had balls coming at her in all directions. It's been a very, very tough job for her out there, but she's soaked most of it up and done a good job. Aria Webster Pahina it is out there. She's watched balls go high over a blooming head and low into the dirt. There's another hit, this time to shortstop who gets that one and makes a comfortable throw to first base for the third out. Nice work by the Wellington infield there to take Manawatu down there in the bottom of the sixth innings. No change to the scoreline as Manawatu will still lead this ball game. We'll be back in just a minute with more action.
Learn Pūrākau. Explore Te Taiao.
Hai mai.
Tūhura ki whakaata Māori me Māori Plus.
Get the Māori Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make Māori Plus your mate and stream now.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now into the seventh innings, and it's Wellington who are up to bat, and they are going to have to score some runs in this innings, Chris, or they are going to have to go home.
Yep.
Pretty much as simple.
Show a bit of ticker here, and yeah, put a bit of pride in the old top, I'd say here.
Yeah. There we go. My Morphe now throws that one over the top for a ball. It is number 9 into bat for Wellington, Jessica Wido. So she's just trying to put a little bit more into her pitching in this inning. We just need to take a breath and not try and finish it with every pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a good field out there, and they want to finish strong.
Yeah. And this one's right through the tube. And Wairau helps herself to a hit over the third base foul line fence. Now Wellington will have batters 6, 7 and 8 up, starting with Jessica in there right now. Followed by Chelsea Moananu and Aria Webster Pahina. All of who are accomplished hitters. This time it's a pop fly. It's just going to fall right on the top of the head of the shortstop, who comfortably takes it for the first out. We haven't really seen that discipline we talked about at the beginning of the game from Wellington kicking at all, really.
Yeah, they've been chasing a lot, which has made the pitches work a lot easier.
Yeah.
Just,
yep.
Hanging it around and.
There's a nice hit. Unable to be taken. Wow, picked up by the shortstop. Not in time to stop the runner from being safe at first base. Nice hit there by Chelsea Moananu. Alia Webster Pahina will be up to bat. One down and a runner on one. We call that just a small glimmer of hope for Wellington. Anytime you've got runners on base, you're hoping for runs, so anything could happen.
Yeah, it's pretty simple for both teams now. One's got to hit and one's just going to take the outs.
That'll help pitching like that. There's a nice throw out to second base. Shortstop needs to be reminded to get your whole body behind the ball. Even on the bounce, that throw was on the money. But that was a nice steal in the end.
Yeah.
Huddy has had a cut at this one. It's gone out to right field. It's a well taken out there. Very low down by his shins. Nice catch. And Manawatu just showing their commitment to ending this ball game for Wellington with a fine catch out at right field. If they do move on in this tournament, they're not going to be an easy beat team by any means by the rest of the top teams.
No, absolutely.
This time it's a hard hit by Wellington. It's gone out to left field. He sent the... Oh, looked like he was sending her. With two down, the ball all the way out in the hands of the left fielder. I don't know, as a coach, would you maybe have made a different call, Chris?
Probably not, no. Trust the batters.
Trust the batters.
A couple of hits are starting to hit now, so...
That's a good call.
Coach is coming out now, he's realised
It's the first time I've
well.
seen them Manawatu coach out in the middle. He came in and had a chat to the umpires earlier, but first time he's just going to remind them, you're the team that's 5 runs ahead.
Yep.
It's Wellington that have to do the chasing. Just calm down.
Just take the simple out now.
Gentle reminder to his athletes. I think we've all been in that situation as coaches.
Yeah, and just to slow it down a little bit as well.
Yeah. I think the realisation for these athletes in a situation like this with Manawatu find themselves in is that the pressure's not on you. The pressure to score runs is on the opposition. Nice take on that foul ball by resident Terrell speaker, Naitana Tane, who will join us in the next game. Bit of volume coming out of the Wellington dugout now as they've got runners on the corners. 1 and 3.
Yep, you want to protect the plate here, don't leave it up to the umpire.
Oh, and this time it is Mai Morfina who has done it by striking out Nalia Tolova'a. She is now the 3rd out here in the top of the innings, and it is Manawatu who wound out winners of this ball game over Wellington by 5 runs to 1. Chris, how did you see that game overall?
Yeah, it was a pretty slow start, I suppose, and Manawatu come away off it, and Wellington just didn't really get into second gear, did they? And
no.
Manawatu done pretty well.
Just one more thing before we sign off. We usually offer our colour commentator the opportunity to pick a player of the match. So who would be your beyond the dugout player of the match?
I'd have to go with the Manawatu pitcher today.
One more female.
Yep.
I think we'd all agree with that one. Yeah. Nice job for Manawatu. 2 good in the end for Wellington. We think it is them going through to the top 4, but we understand the calculations are still being made between them, North Harbour and Auckland, so that may yet to be seen. But they've done everything they needed to do in that win over Wellington. Don't go anywhere after we sign off because we'll be back with that semi-final very shortly. It'll be the team in position 1, Hutt Valley, playing the team in position 4 for the right for that team in position 1, if they win, to go through to the grand final. We'll see what happens when we come back, but for me, Beyond the Dugout broadcasting, Gary Rohihi, my colour commentator Chris Telfer, Adrian Royal, our producer. We'd like to thank you all for listening, and we'll be back very shortly with more action. Thank you.